So was this week 10? Respect the recap. Week 10?
Recap.
Week 10 recap.
Yes, sirs.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, man.
Gardner Minshew.
I mean, we can almost jump right to that game because we've got the Thursday game before that.
Oh gosh.
So week 10, no Kansas City, no Rams, no Miami, no Philadelphia.
Who else is number 10? Jerry Jeudy.
Jag, just a guy.
Who's a famous number 10?
I don't know. It's got to be a quarterback, right?
Famous number 10.
Eli Manning.
Was he 10?
Was he 10? I was thinking the same thing. If he's 10, then yeah, bro. You can't really
10.
get.
He was 10.
Bigger than Eli right now.
2-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, for sure. You can't get.
Was he 10?
He was 10.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm looking at it right here.
Episode Elijah Manning.
Mm-hmm. The Patriot Killer.
Yeah, man. Number 10. It's weird how, you've seen these numbers 100 times, and then you got to draw some who you got deer in the headlights. So
What's the little Manning? What's the little Manning gonna do?
What is Quinn he in college?
Quinn says he's coming back.
He ain't doing nothing right now, but sitting on the bench.
What is he in college? What's his number?
I don't know, but
I forgot what team he played for.
Quinn said he's coming back. So
Tennessee, right?
No, I think he's at Texas.
Texas.
He's behind Quinn Ewers. Quinn says he's coming back next year. He wants to be the number 1 pick.
Oh, damn!
What's Arch Manning? Freshman or sophomore?
He's a true freshman.
Yeah, he's getting redshirted.
Yeah, so sit one more year. Let your guy come back.
He's getting redshirted. Then money. Next year he'll probably be Quinn's backup. And then
I heard he made $2 million this year from NIL money or something like that.
Same thing Eli did. Eli got redshirted the first year, and then this first year he was a backup. Eli didn't play till his sophomore year, redshirt sophomore, so his 3rd year.
And that's Cooper Manning's son, right? Arch Manning is Cooper Manning's son.
Cooper Manning is my favorite.
He's good commercials.
Cooper Manning is my favorite. Yeah, that's Cooper's son. He's good, but Quinn's that dude.
He's a true freshman. I mean, he's got time to develop. He's good. He'll be all right.
Quinn's that dude. If he wanted to play, he wouldn't have went to where Quinn Ewers was at.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this here. Game 1, Carolina at Chicago. Any shock?
Are you recorded?
Here? Yeah, bro.
Oh man, I didn't even notice. Here we go.
We
Respect
did
the
Eli
recap.
Manning,
Episode 10. Elisha Manning. Not Elijah. It's Elisha.
Elisha, you were already in the intro and you got caught up with the Arch Manning thinking we were just, talking our game. That was it.
Remember that. It's not Elijah. It's not Elijah. It's Elisha.
You said
Elisha Manning. Another Demolition Man reference I'm not getting, or is it just?
That's his name. His name is Elisha.
All right.
He spells it Elisha.
That's interesting.
Elisha Manning.
Elijah Douchecut. What's her name? The chick with blonde hair. Girl next door.
True Lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arnold's daughter in True Lies. Rick Fox's little thing for a little minute.
Not my little blue eye girl.
She was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all that shit. Big Bang for a little bit.
When Rick Fox, I every time I saw them together, I was like, Rick Fox, Elijah Dushku? Like that? What?
It's a weird.
Didn't see that one coming.
It's an odd pairing.
He probably was watching True Lies and was like, that little girl there.
Carolina at Chicago. I don't think anything was lost here. I think we all were thinking Chicago at Chicago should do enough to hold off Carolina. That picture you sent today of your boy Frank Reich. How
Frank.
it's been? How it's going?
Oh man, Frank looked 55 10 weeks ago. Now he looked 95.
Man, that's
So
what
rough.
a young rookie quarterback will do to you.
That's rough. That's what that owner's doing to him. He don't know whether he want to call plays or not, or give it, or.
Oh yeah, they have their weekly meetings, right?
Yeah. So he let Thomas Brown call the plays like the last 2 weeks. Then they asked him about it today, and he was like, I'm non-committal. We're working through things.
I mean, you got to think that's not good for your rookie quarterback. The coach can't decide who's calling plays or not. Like, that's kind of setting back Bryce Young, I think.
That's tough, man. But I mean, that's tough. He looks like he's going through it, man. He aged a lot in 10 weeks.
I mean, 13-6. It was close, but didn't work out in their favor.
No, it didn't.
That game was
terrible.
Yeah, those. I mean, it's
one of those. If you didn't bet on it, I don't know how you stayed up through it.
The Thursday, I mean, we'll get to the bet recap on next week. But I think Rob had the under 38.5.
Yeah, he stole my bet.
That game barely cracked 20.
He stole my bet.
Due to my other fantasy group, he bets the under on any primetime game, and he's like 70% so far for the season. Any one of them. Thursday, Sunday, Monday, all the primetime games, he's taking the under on them.
Sunday I think it'd be all right, but Thursday,
every Thursday game, I say I call under, especially when they involve Panthers and Bears.
Yeah,
I knew that was under.
10-6 Indy against New England in Germany.
We dominated.
10-6. I mean, you were.
We dominated.
You weren't happy when you're with some of your texts. Like, I've never hated my team's quarterback so much than I do right now.
That dude, he kills me, dude. He's back
with
there.
A 10-6 victory.
There's players open. He's back there playing hopscotch. Did you see the screenshot I sent you? There is no one around him, and he's running around. Where are you going, buddy?
Here's where the running starts. Here's where the defenders are, and he's got a good 10 yards around of freedom.
Well, I don't get it, man. Good thing the Colts always got 12 people on the field on defense.
That made me laugh. That
boy Matt Jones is something else, ain't he? That boy threw a falling down defender.
Bro, that court he
wasn't falling down. He fell. He went for the pick.
Because he couldn't believe it was coming right to him because there was nobody around.
He was going like this.
Is this for me?
He said, "Oh shoot, what is this?
This is for me." No.
Hey, Jesus, is that you?
Nah, they slowed it down. Throw. They slowed it down. He threw it. Shaq Leonard jumped up and tipped it.
No. Did he tip it?
No.
Yeah. That pass was going just.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, they slowed it down.
It was so bad that the commentators thought that he slipped. They said, "Oh, Matt Jones fell." No, he sat, cocked it back.
Hey, what did I tell you guys on the show last week? Who set that over?
Yeah, I was thinking that during the game. It was the lowest score game of the weekend.
I said it when I saw it. Who set that over? That dude was not looking at this game.
16, bro.
It was two defensive teams going at it. And
I mean, could you even call them defensive teams with how bad the quarterback play is?
Exactly. Somebody called the over on that?
Yeah, they
set the over at like 40 something.
Oh.
And I was like, yo, that is crazy.
Yeah,
I was like, who set that? This game is going to be very low.
So besides winning, you are 500 right now.
Hey, we 5-5, going into the bye, getting right, coming back out, ready to make a push. That's all we wanted.
All right,
that's all we wanted, man. I give Shane all the credit, man. Shane all the credit. This dude playing with a backup quarterback, Before the season, we lost our corner to gambling.
Yeah.
Like, our D tackle was out, suspended. Like, our running back was out for the first 4 weeks.
He looks like he's finally getting there. Like, the rest is kind of shaking off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only 69 yards, but it wasn't like they were easy runs. In my opinion, they probably should have run him a little bit more and got more into the offense.
They stacked that box, man. They're like, we're gonna let Minshew do what Minshew do.
That didn't work out.
And they begged Minshew to beat him, and he didn't.
Like during the game,
he made the play to ice it though. He went to JD, and Downs caught it. He dived and caught it. That was the game right there.
I mean, in the game, I'm as a fan, I'd be pissed. It sucks. Our team let it out. When the game's over, all right, we got the win. Let's the win is over. The ugly game is over. Let's try to go to the bye week. Let's get things right and move forward because I'm only one game behind Jacksonville now, so that's a big and tied pretty much half game behind Houston.
If you bet the over on the Colts, you're a game and a half away. So we're where we want to be. The over was 6.5.
Was it really?
Yeah. The over was 6.5. So if you bet the over, you're a game and a half away. We are overachieving right now. So we in a spot. The whole AFC is crumbled together.
Yeah, they are.
So you got a shot. So that's all we want is a shot.
Yeah,
we go to bye. We just played in a soccer stadium. Now we get to come back home on a bye and get right.
Miami 6-3, Baltimore 7-3, Jacksonville 6-3, KC 7-2. Except for New England and Tennessee, everybody's 4 wins.
So everybody's a game. Right there. Everybody's right there. We get Grover back in a couple of weeks from his suspension. Then we can stop the run again, and we'll see where we're at.
One of the games of the weekend, Houston at Cincinnati. I know we mentioned last week, right now, hands down, C.J. Stroud, Rookie of the Year. When does that start becoming MVP?
Never.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Last rookie to win Rookie of the Year, I think, was like 1930 something.
Unfortunately, I mean, he definitely deserves
it ain't happening.
I've heard that twice since Sunday. That listen, Lock right now, unless he gets hurt, Lock for Rookie of the Year. But when you start looking at him, thinking, okay, there's more going on than just Rookie of the Year.
Nah.
I mean, 23 for 39.
They're 5-4.
True, they are 5-4 with a team that everybody thought was going to do nothing.
Yeah, but they're 5-4, but not to his detriment.
Yeah, no, he's actually the last.
they still 5-4.
He's brought them into game-winning drives those last 2 games. That's what people start talking about.
It's
not like he's just in there doing some things.
Yeah.
2 game-winning drives the past 2 weeks against 2 pretty good teams.
Exactly. He's beaten some good teams on his resume. Not like he's beating up on.
Yeah. He's
not
Miami Dolphins
or lesser.
He's not it. He's kicking ass out there.
They are beating teams that people didn't think they should. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, he also lost to Carolina. So
when it wasn't his fault though.
But sometimes
he didn't will his team to win.
What you mean?
He scored. Coach.
He scored. No, he scored and got them the lead. And Carolina defense. I mean, the defense for
he lost to Carolina.
See
that's their one win. He's not the MVP.
It is
next week.
He's got some good numbers.
Next week he'll say the quarterback wins and losses ain't.
He's got good numbers. He's having a hell of a season. Rookie of the Year.
MVP.
He's not getting it.
So if they was 8-2, if they was 8-2, they still wouldn't. Then it's different.
No, he's not. You got Lamar, you got Hurts. Like, these dudes is having big seasons, and their team is winning.
That is what sets them apart is the team win. I mean, Houston's not losing either, but yeah, you've got 7-3, you got 8-1. Those are your. To me, I would say Lamar Jackson is doing more for Baltimore than Hurts is doing for Philadelphia. Like to me,
I'm just saying, like those dudes are having big seasons and their teams are winning.
I got you. Because look,
I think Hurts is the favorite now. Hurts took over the favorite today. Yeah.
But see, to me, you take away Lamar Jackson from that team doesn't have much. I think if you take away Hurts, I think that
if you take away Hurts from the Eagles, they don't have anything either.
I don't know. They have more of a running game, I think, more of a passing game, I think, through him.
The running game comes off of him.
Nah, man. I think they have a better running back. They have a better team than Baltimore does.
No, they have DeAndre.
They got better skill positions.
Yeah,
they have DeAndre Swift. That's their running back. Like,
he's killing it.
The run game comes off of Hurts.
Swift is doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it comes off of Hurts. People are scared Hurts going to run it.
Well, people are scared Lamar Jackson going to run it. Hurts except for a couple big busts from
the minute you take.
No, and that's what about Gus Edwards taking off.
The minute you take Hurts out that team and you put Mariota in there, I'm sorry, they're losing.
I mean, it's Mariota. You got to have a decent.
Well, that's their backup quarterback.
Yeah, and the same can be said for Baltimore and half of the other quarterbacks in the
for sure, bro. So we have this game here, 30. What is it? 30-27. I mean, I was, we were going back and forth on a text about this game. To me, Cincinnati is still one of the best teams in the league, and at some point, Houston is not as like, I don't know, they're not run by the rookie, they're not a fluke. Like Houston
Some point, y'all gotta stop saying that. Like, gosh, y'all killing me.
This weekend here kind of kept Cincinnati at they really are 5-4. Though this was the same where they were last season. Same time they're also 5-4. But also to me, Houston, in my opinion, took a jump forward, beating the Bengals because the Bengals are not a bad team. But Houston winning how they did. Where are they playing at Cincinnati? It was
playing at Cincinnati,
bro. That's a hell of a win, man. That to me is that's where I'm starting. I may jump on board with the potential for, depending on how the season plays out, MVP for Stroud because a team, they're beating good teams on the road, coming back, game-winning drives. That was a hell of a game. Like I was telling Phil before Rob jumped on, I wouldn't leave the basketball game.
That team and CJ Stroud, they can beat the Bengals last week, and then they can come and lose to the Cardinals this week. Like, that's not a good team.
Listen, they're 5-4, and they've won what?
Everyone is 5-4. Everyone, the whole AFC.
But a team you expected to be nothing. Like we talked about it too. We'll get to Pittsburgh. Like Pittsburgh, are you really worried about playing Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh, what, 5-3?
I would fear Houston. I would fear Houston more than Pittsburgh, right?
Same with me. Like I'm gonna beat my drum for Pittsburgh and what's his name, Pickett. But like I'm not worried about a 6-3 Pittsburgh team, but I would be worried about a 5-4 Houston team. You know what I mean? Like that's would separate for me. But that game there, Houston Cincinnati, I was shocked by it. The how many points they scored. What did you say? You said that Cincinnati was going to come out and score a bunch of points, play defense. You seem to be shocked by that one also. Don't say you weren't.
Which one?
Because you were.
I picked the over. The over was my bet.
The over was a good bet. The over was a great bet.
That was my bet.
But you had said Houston, Cincinnati's coming out playing some defense.
Yeah.
It didn't look that way.
Houston's offense went through Singletary this week.
They sure did. 150 yards. That was something else there. See, if Buffalo had to run the ball,
no one was expecting Singletary to come out there and do what he did.
That was that. Like I said, I was surprised. That's
the point that Billy's trying to make. They're playing with Singletary, who's their backup running back. They're number one or they're fake number one. Nico Collins and Tank didn't really play good. They got Noah Brown out of nowhere.
170.
Noah Brown is good.
170, man. That was unbelievable to me.
No, that was a big game by Singletary.
Yeah, it was.
He put that team on his back.
Noah Brown is
no.
No, he put the team on his back. That was a big game by him, man. Yeah, he should get the starting job after that. Because that Damian Pierce, he's terrible.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be doing well.
A lot of these number one running backs is not doing good.
They ain't really number one running backs. That's why.
You was lobbying for Pollard last
Yeah, they're starters. They're not number ones.
Hey, Pollard's still explosive, man, but he's just showing you that he ain't.
It needs that complimentary.
He ain't the bell cow. He's more complimentary. He's more that guy. So they starting to. You see, the Dallas is starting to shift away from him.
Yeah,
and giving it to the other dude.
We'll get down there in a second. New Orleans, Minnesota. Any shock here? I took the money line. Like I said, I'm riding the Josh Dobbs train till the wheels fall off. And he did not miss point.
The only shock I have is just the continued good play of Joshua Dobbs. Like he kept Carolina. I mean, not Carolina. He kept the Cards afloat this season. Everybody thought they were supposed to be the worst team, and then he comes just 3 days after a trade and gets them a win, and then
they see him out there trying to learn the play. No, he's running around.
He really
crazy
didn't do anything
he can't
with the Cards.
Shit out yet. Well, the Cardinals all around.
He got the Cardinals more wins than they was.
He's got more wins as a Viking than he's got with the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals got what? How many wins?
He only won one game with them,
but he beat the Cowboys.
Because 21-2.
America's team.
America's team.
America's team.
Yeah, the best defense
Dallas,
in the league. The best defense in the league.
In Dallas, they were
10 episodes ago. Best defense.
They were.
They're doing great for my fantasy team. I can tell you that. They're my number one.
They take the ball away.
Except for the other night.
That's what.
We'll get to that.
That's what they do. But that's what that defense does. They take the ball away.
Dobbs 7-yard touchdown run, 28-yard touchdown pass to Hawkinson. Chandler, that's a run. I mean, that game.
Come on, Wimba.
27-3, and then New Orleans started coming back a little bit, but 27-3. And again, you see him out there running around. Like I said, he's still learning that playbook. So he's still trying to get reads and stuff like that. But he's, like Rob said, for Minnesota, he's keeping the game. He's keeping them afloat. He's keeping them going. To me, Minnesota was going to be a team that was in a bust this year. They won too many one-score games last year in the last play of the game that they would just crap out. But they've somehow started rough at the beginning of the season. And I think with Dobbs or Cousins, they were getting it together regardless. They found a way to start hitting their stride. And
I didn't see that one.
David Carr is not good, and that's what I've been trying to tell you.
I didn't see that one.
Minnesota.
All I see on that one is there's a couple bad coaches that I don't see how they just keep their jobs.
Who's that? What's his name?
Dennis Allen.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I don't see how he keeps his job. Staley, that dude there, like, I don't get it.
Rodgers, he's got to go too.
Don't even talk about Staley. He's like the Doc Rivers of NFL right now. Just bad after bad, but still hanging on.
It's supposed to be a defensive coach, and his team, his defense, one of the most expensive defenses in the league, just gives up points.
Non-Chargers
every week.
If you gave somebody that team on paper, you'd be like,
what are you there for? You're the defensive coach,
Mac, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah, they
have one of the most one of the most expensive defenses in the league. Like, what are you guys doing out there?
41-38. Detroit rolls in there, man. They looks like there was no defense on that field. Those guys were playing 11-on-11, 7-on-7 flag football.
It was like the San Diego Miami game.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Can't stop a nosebleed.
That's the Detroit team that I was talking about during the.
I mean, look at this.
They can light it up, but can't stop you either.
Goff 20.
Yeah, but not a
for,
lot of teams gonna stop that San Diego offense. So
no, just you got to be able to score more than them, and find you score 38 and you lose because they put up 41.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kellen Moore's got that. Kellen Moore's got that offense clicking, boy.
That was a hell of a game. 333 for Goff, 323 for Herbert. Herbert 4 touchdowns. Goff 2 touchdowns. What about
the backfield going for 200?
Montgomery with 116 rushing. Gibbs with 72 touchdowns.
I like Montgomery, man. I like to watch Montgomery.
Then you have boy smooth.
I'm glad he got the hell out of Chicago, ruining his career.
That boy's smooth, but he was smooth in Chicago. I like watching Montgomery.
You got Amon-Ra. He's
140. What was it? 156.
Yeah. Keenan Allen with 175. I mean, you had everything in this game: 100-yard rushers, 300-yard passers, 400.
Everything but defense.
Touchdown. Yeah, you had everything but defense.
Goddamn All-Star game.
Yes.
Basically, they just had the Pro Bowl. You watched the Pro Bowl.
But I'm happy Detroit won. I'm very happy with that.
I'm just glad they unleashed Gibbs, boy. That boy there is
it looks like Atlanta might have followed suit. They started running Bijan a little bit more. I looked at the press conference. Got to see Arthur Smith. Bijan has
another one.
Even he's baffled. He was like, I don't know why they don't run me. Why they don't give me carries.
That's another one. Arthur Smith.
Does. No one
that
knows.
Dude there should be working at FedEx with his brother.
He got Bijan the ball now. I mean, the guy's dynamic. You got to get your best players the ball because odds are, but they're more likely to break a big one than Tyler Algier.
I thought that was the name of the game in sports. You put the ball in your best player's hands, but I guess
it to your best guy, your quickest.
Not
guy.
Arthur Smith. Why would I give it to Bijan when everybody thinks I'm going to give it to Bijan? I'm going to give it to Cortland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it to Allergy. Yeah. Everybody thinks I'm going to give it to Bijan, so I'm not going to give it to Bijan. I'm going to give it to the guy that they don't think I'm going to give it to because then they think I'm going to give it to Bijan. I'm not.
I'm gonna throw it to slow ass Drake. Forget Pitts. Yeah, we're gonna throw it to slow ass
Bijan 22 for 95, 4.3 yards a carry and a touchdown. I mean,
that's another one. He needed. That boy need to get out of Atlanta, boy.
Yeah, before even because you got Heineke,
Drake London, that boy good, but he need to get out of there.
They got no quarterback there. I don't know. I know you still think Ritter might be the guy. It seems like
for now.
Didn't you say you think Ritter's going to be good over there?
Me?
He probably did.
No.
Knowing him, he probably did.
No, maybe you must have said that Arthur Smith thought he had the guy Ritter.
Yeah, Arthur Smith thought he had. He was telling us all offseason that Ritter was the guy.
Maybe that's what it was because he wasn't doing much. Heineke is not the greatest quarterback, but he moves the ball. He's quick back there. His decision making's fast. He keeps the game flowing. He's not the most controlled. Ritter just seems like he's moving in slow motion. I don't know if he's tall or what, but he looks slow as hell out there.
He ain't got it. Good backup.
I mean, Drake London 3 for 36 is your leading receiver. That's a rough day. That's rough. That's a rough team outing right there.
Yeah, that's your best receiver, and you get him the ball 3 times. There you go.
Got Pitts. I mean, I know people love Pitts. He had one good season. These guys, you don't know how good they are if you can't get in the damn ball. Like, these are guys you should be – certain guys I believe you should force the ball to.
Pitts is a gator.
You got to get these guys the ball, and they're just finding ways to I'm going to hit Jonnu Smith. I'm going to throw to Scotty Miller. Like, what are you doing out there? You're not thinking the room. What'd you say last week? I'm going to shave my mustache in no shave November to throw everybody off. Like
that's Arthur Smith.
Florida Gators don't.
That's Arthur Smith. Oh no!
In the program.
I've been rocking this stupid mustache all summer, but no shave November. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to shave it off because I'm Arthur Smith, the genius.
Florida Gators.
I'm brother CEO of FedEx.
Florida Gators are the Duke Blue Devils of NFL. Okay. Wonderful, outstanding college players, and then when they get to the pros, for whatever reason,
notice that.
For whatever reason, they just lettuce out there. Bunch of Bunch of lettuce.
So what happened with the like I said, Rob sent a screenshot. Houston, Baltimore's blowing the doors off of Cleveland. I come out of the game an hour and a half later, and it's 33-30. I'm like, hold on a second.
I wouldn't.
Deshaun
31.
Deshaun happened.
Yeah,
Deshaun happened.
Back in the swing of things.
No, the defense woke up, man.
That boy took Baltimore to the masseuse.
The Dolphins got it going.
That boy was 14 or 14 in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did not miss a pass in the second half.
Yeah, he was good. That defense woke up, man. That's
the thing. If you can control that offense, that defense is going to keep you in every game, bro. You got to just be okay on offense.
Well, that's what they did. They just like the defense played, and they just had to get a couple stops, and like Cleveland was scoring in the second half, so they just needed to get a couple stops.
But I tell you what, they got to get their secondary. They got to get that under control, especially goddamn Newsome. That boy there, my lord. They was trying to give that game away. As many penalties they kept catching for holding. It's like the third game in a row. He just keep getting holding penalties. I don't know who's worse, him or Tre'Davious Ward. Them two there, like
they. I saw a stat yesterday where in the AFC North division games, if you take the underdog, you will win money.
Yeah,
every time. Every time.
Well, I guess I'm taking.
We gotta look.
If you take the underdog
Cincinnati next week,
they said the underdog hasn't covered in the AFC North in a division game and like they don't cover.
Really?
They might not win, but they don't cover. Like every game is close in that division.
Gonna take Pittsburgh or Cincinnati next week.
I mean, look, so the games that I've got the stats up. Every game that we've talked about, somebody's won. They've controlled the run. Like here, Watson 20 for 34. Like I said, great second half. Jerome Ford 107 yards rushing. That's controlling the clock. Defense getting a rest, coming out, they're doing their thing. Amari Cooper at 98, and Njoku 54 or 58. Elijah Moore 44. Ball getting spread around. It's like a balanced game.
Now they played a good game. They did.
Yeah. Shoot, the game last night made I think it was the NFL record. 6 games in one weekend ended on a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, so I heard that.
It was 5.
Hey man, division games are tough, man. It's hard to sweep. It's hard to beat a division team twice in 1 year, man.
Like that was great. Like this past Sunday had to be the best weekend of football.
It was a good weekend.
I've seen
for sure.
I'm talking about either the game started off close to a blowout and then they turned it around, or it was a dog fight.
Well, let's get to the blowout, because this here, I mean, San Francisco turned it on and they did not stop. It's as if they had a message to send to everybody. Like, listen, you guys think we lost 3 in a row. You think Brock ain't the guy. You think this, that, and the other. Just a reminder, we're the 49ers, and here's what we do. And they beat the hell out of them, 34-3. And Jacksonville's supposed to be one of the good teams, 6-2, beating Buffalo, beating teams like that. Buffalo's not good. Who else did Jacksonville beat? Cincinnati, Kansas City, or no? They beat someone recently too.
Oh, they lost to Kansas City. No, I tell you what, though, all I keep hearing is Trevor Lawrence is the franchise quarterback. That's all I keep hearing.
No, man.
This dude's stats are terrible.
They're not good.
I wasn't ever impressed with him. I thought he was a product. I just thought he had a good system.
Anyone that talks about the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, top 5 quarterback in the league. All this. This dude's stats are horrible.
Yeah,
they are winning games.
He was surrounded by.
They winning games because their defense is taking the ball away more than anybody else in the league. I think they lead the league in turnovers still.
Yeah, they do.
But that's why they're winning. If their defense don't take the ball away, they don't win.
And they play in London. That's why.
That time zone gets people.
Mm-hmm.
Like this dude.
I traded. I told you a couple weeks ago. I traded Sam Howell for Lawrence, and people are like, oh, well, why would you do that? Like, I didn't want Lawrence to begin with, but it's a 2-quarterback league. You go in there with a plan. So someone takes that first quarterback, and like, shit, you got to start going for quarterback. I think Trevor Lawrence fits the team that's gonna do what they've been doing, keeping it close. He's not going to lose you the game, but he's going to go out there and win you the game either. He's not going to make the guys around him better. He's just going to fit and keep going. To me, Etienne keeps that team. He got shut down this weekend. They had nothing. They couldn't pass out.
He's definitely
they did.
He's definitely.
But you would think like this dude should be like Doug Peterson is a quarterback coach. Like this dude had Carson Wentz in the MVP race. Like
this is what third year with him, right? This is his third year with
second.
He had Urban Meyer his rookie year.
Yeah, he had Herbs. But like all I keep hearing is
2 interceptions, no touchdowns, 185 yards. Granted, it is San Francisco.
185 yards. But look at his stats for the season.
Oh yeah,
like
I've looked him up. I've had on my team. He doesn't do much.
And people keep saying he's top 5. Like he's not top 5.
So far, he's 202 completions, 300 attempts. 2,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
9 touchdowns, 6 picks. That's Gardner Minshew numbers.
Yeah, man, like that's.
And to go back on quarterbacks, Matt Jones was 10-7 his rookie season. Last 2 years, 8-16. That boy sewer water.
Nah, that boy Mac done, man. He need a change of scenery over there. He need to change the scenery over there. I can't even like. Nah, man. I can't even blame Mac, man. I can't even blame Mac. Last year they gave him a defensive coordinator as his offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. This year they gave him Bill O'Brien, who like, come on, man.
Well, this year I have sympathy for him for the fact that they took away whatever weapons he had last year and left him with nothing.
Pretty much.
So I give him that, but just
they had Juju caught a ball on us the other day. I didn't even know Juju was on the Patriots.
The who?
A lot of people found out week 5 or week 6. He caught a touchdown last couple weeks ago.
No, he didn't catch a touchdown. He caught a pass, and I was Juju. I didn't even know he was there
because his name is so small on the back of his jersey. It's weird looking if you look at it.
Like I can't even blame Mac. Mac looked like he lost all confidence right now. Yeah. Like his confidence is shot. He just looks like
Wilson. He looks worse than Zach Wilson did last year when he lost his confidence.
Yeah, Zach looked. I tell you what, Mac looked like he ready to get this season over with. McCorkle like, yo, is it Bahamas time or what?
Speaking to Zach Wilson, 23, 39, 263 against the Raiders defense this year, to me, was a guaranteed under. Both good defenses, no quarterback play. Running backs are good.
What did you just say? Both what?
Both quarterbacks suck. Both defenses are good.
Yeah, that one. Who both? The
Raiders
New York and
and
the Jets?
Raiders and Jets. They both got decent defenses. They've got no offense.
Raiders got no defense. They just got Crosby.
No, they're doing all right. They're keeping it close. They also had a horrible quarterback or coach. I mean, you got to think they're getting out so many 3 and outs. They're on the field more than anybody. So you got to give them some leeway, in my opinion. They're doing okay with what they have. Again, another winning team. 116 rushes for yards for Josh Jacobs. I mean, you hear these guys.
They look inspired.
They do because they don't have. They like Antonio Pierce. They like the motivation. They don't like McDaniel's condescending ways.
We'll see this week. You know that quarterback. I mean,
who do they play this week?
Head coach change. The head coach change. You know, has the little honeymoon phase.
Yeah, you got a couple games. I didn't think. Yeah, so like to me, if they're playing another team other than
they got Jack Jones.
What's that? Who's Jack Jones?
They got Jack Jones today.
Ain't that a UFC fighter?
No, man. Jack Jones, the corner from the Patriots.
How the hell they do that?
They got rid of all the
Patriots released him because he was late to a meeting.
Oh.
Listen, man, when you're losing, you can't afford to give guys like that.
They cut Jack Jones. They told JC to stay home.
They cut their best corner from last year. which he was a rookie. He was a rookie last year. He was their best corner.
Way doesn't work.
And then JC just told him, "Don't travel, just stay home. We'll call you when we need you."
Yeah, they cut him yesterday. Raiders picked him up today.
Yeah, I think Parcells just need to go ahead and like call it quits. He's lost all.
Raiders going to Miami.
That boy been call it quits. The boy's fishing right now.
I mean Belichick
needs to go to Buffalo. We'll get to Buffalo in a second.
Oh, Belichick gonna have teams lining up for him.
Hell yeah,
in the offseason. You gonna have to trade for him, but he gonna have teams lining up. They talking about Washington. They talking about Tampa Bay.
Magic ain't gonna want that boy over there.
Who?
Magic Johnson.
No, they already talking about it. Yeah. They talking about everybody gonna be trying a second round pick to get you Belichick.
Magic gonna be like, nah, man, nah. Let's find somebody. Yeah.
He's a winner, bro. You got guys that you need to be a winner. He needs players, and he can get a good player great. He can't get bad players good. That's clear.
His Belichick's worst problem right now
might be onto something there.
He's the GM.
He's never been good at drafting players.
That's his biggest problem right now. Is he's the GM.
He hit on 2 really good tight ends, though one happened to be a homicidal maniac, but the other one might be the greatest player of all time.
So what?
Yeah. But yeah, he's these last couple of years, his draft classes haven't been good, and that's what brought the team to where it is right now.
I mean, Dad keep cutting you good players. Yeah, you can go. We'll replace you.
So yeah, his GM skills are lacking right now. He cannot scout wide receivers.
No,
I don't know how many wide receivers he's drafted, and none of them pan out.
Yeah, it's like there's not in the last 5 years you can't think of any good player he had. Yeah,
Titus Stewart, like he cannot hit on a receiver.
Titus Thornton good in Madden.
Who?
Tyrese Thornton or whatever his name.
Well, I mean, Madden, he's fast.
Speaking of can't hit a receiver, Buffalo loses last night. And
one of the worst losses I've ever seen.
I mean, honest to God, is there a worse loss than that though?
One of the worst losses I've ever seen.
How do you? He missed an extra point, then fumbled the snap, so missed 2 extra points. Then comes for the field goal, 40 yards, skates to the right. We're gonna have 12, and it wasn't even like 12 guys trying to get off the field. They were lined up, ready to play defense. That blew my mind. I was like, no, the guys are running off. The guys are off the field. And they count them. 1 through 11, 12, right there in the middle. Unbelievable.
You know what blew my mind?
The whole game?
Your kicker has missed 2 extra points, or extra point and then a field goal or whatever. He's missed 2 kicks tonight. And Sean Payton got that pass interference, and they started kneeling. Like, bruh, why aren't you trying to score a touchdown? This dude has missed 2 kicks already.
Yep.
Like, why are you kneeling like you got Adam Vinatieri over there?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. Because they were moving the ball.
I'm sitting there like, you want to lose.
They were moving
I've never seen Denver wanted to lose. They tried their hardest to lose. And Buffalo let them off the hook.
Buffalo's got a great way of losing. Let's just add an extra guy out here. Because if
Denver just looked like they wanted to lose.
Wilson looked pretty good last night. Courtland Sutton looks good. I mean, for all the mistakes that Josh Allen made, he had 1 interception, hit Davis right in his hands, shot right through for the interception. The out route he threw. The guy made a great play, but Cook was averaging 9 yards a carry. Murray was averaging 7 yards a carry. Why was Josh Allen dropping back every single play, it seemed like? It made no sense to me.
Listen, your quarterback has led the league in turnovers the last 4 years. 6 straight double-digit turnovers. He's led the league in turnovers the last 4 years.
He needs to get that shit together.
That has nothing to do
with his reckless players.
With Ken Dorsey.
Well, it kind of does. Don't call so many pass plays. You won't throw so many interceptions.
We're with you. No, he was turning the ball over before Ken Dorsey took over.
He had 1 year we had like single-digit turnovers. I think that was a Kansas City year. Well, Buffalo from then on, they got to the AFC Championship game, to the divisional, to
I don't think I don't think I've gotten to the championship game.
Yeah, they did. They played Kansas City.
Yeah, that was a championship game there. Then the year before, after that was the divisional, and then that was last year, divisional. Now this year, each week worse and worse. The whole coaching staff, you got to go. I tell you, these Bills fans online all the time, they lose their shit. But Sean McDermott cleaned up the house. Okay, cool, great. He's not. The team's losing each season and each week, worse and worse. He cleaned up the house, great. Get him out of there. Someone needs to go in there and tell Josh Allen, stop throwing the ball like an asshole. You're causing more harm than good, and get his ass under control. Oh, but his grandma did this. Like,
and get Diggs the ball.
Hey, you remember when we picked playoff teams?
No, I don't remember that.
You remember when we picked playoff teams and y'all thought I was crazy because Buffalo wasn't in mine? And I told y'all,
I'm pretty sure
that's their window. It's closed.
They can open it back up if they change the coaching.
It's done, bro. It's done.
They're still getting the playoffs.
It's done. It's over.
I kept saying that because look, they've got where do playoffs go?
It's over, bro. You guys better be lucky Aaron Rodgers ain't played this season. You guys will be the third team in the league. Huh?
Rodgers coming back. He's aiming for. They're
not even in the playoffs right now.
No, I had the playoff picture up right now. Now it's gone. They're
not in the playoffs right now. They down there with us. They chilling with us.
Yeah, it's the Bengals, someone else, and then Buffalo. Now I can't get it on here right now.
Buffalo sitting with Indy with this nice 5-5 record, looking on the outside, looking in.
Then the way things are going, the NFC North, all 4 teams to make the playoffs. So there's going to be no wild card for anybody else.
All 4 teams make the playoffs right now from the North, which is that's bananas.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Never seen that happen before.
I'll tell you this. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy, but if Rodgers happens to come back in December with his Achilles, I may turn into a Jets fan because I want to see if he can get his body, that Achilles, healed in 3 months and make a run. That kind of shit.
I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. He's one of those guys. He's doing his ayahuasca, whatever mushrooms he's chewing on, thinking he's going to get better. But I would root for that.
That would be something. Come back.
That would be malpractice on the team for them to throw him out there with that line. Throw him out there with that offensive line. You're begging for trouble.
That quick release. That's how you handle a bad line. You get the ball out of your hand fast. He's got a quick release. We'll see if he can Peyton Manning it up. I doubt he can.
Their season might be done by the time he wants to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are they down? 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
I mean, look at this shit. James Cook
kind of done now.
James Cook, 12 rushes.
They're 4 and 5. Murray, everybody in the AFC is 4 and 5, 5 and 5, and whatever.
Yeah, they're not out of it yet, but
they're not done.
Their chances.
Listen to this shit. I don't know who Ty Johnson is. He had one.
They just need Zach Wilson to turn into.
Allen had 4
the number
rushes.
2 pick in the draft.
Murray had 9 rushes.
Not gonna happen.
Cook had 12 rushes, a total of 27 rushes. Javonte Williams had 21 by himself. To me, that's the only stat you need to see year in and year out. Buffalo has a horrible play calling, running the ball. Dayball, glad he was gone. Dorsey's supposed to be a little better. He's so much more worse than Dayball. Who's going to get in there? Give me a defensive coach. Give me Matt Patricia. Maybe they'll run the ball as an offense. Run the ball with that team. You got to get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands when the shit's on the line. Control the ball. It drives me nuts, man.
I lone wolf a couple games and I forgot which one. Were they the Cardinals? Did I lone wolf the Cardinals?
We'll get to that tomorrow for Friday's show. We'll get to that picks.
You blew that Cardinals because you was hating on Kyler. I tried to tell you.
Nah, he's horrible.
That boy came back, looked like he ain't never left.
They let him do that freaking backyard Techno Bowl run. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Play against a good defense. That shit ain't gonna work. Play against Atlanta.
Who's gonna catch him?
He went 10 yards that way and came back this way.
Yeah, that's what happens when you run 4-3. You can do that.
Yeah, that little boy fast.
Run 4.3 or is 4.3 because he was a little kid out there with his midriff tight shirt.
Both with an F. Both
with an F. I don't know what that means.
Yes, both. Little Kyler Lightning.
Arizona, man. So what are the games? Anything else? Let's get to our respect the game. Who do you got? Whose game are you going to respect from Week 10? Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna put it back on Stroud again. You gotta respect that boy, man.
If I was going first, I was taking that. But yes, Rob, please go.
That boy he playing. He playing, man. You gotta respect that kid. I like his poise. I like his decision making. He don't seem phased right now in a groove. And he wasn't the most talked about quarterback. You know, he had the question marks and all that. And people was talking all this Bryce Young and then the other guys. And, you know, this guy is a raw talent. This guy's a super freak. And CJ Stroud, he's all right. But nah, he's looking to be the best out of the crop.
Yep, respect the game. CJ Stroud, he had 356 and a touchdown this past weekend. He had a hell of 2 game-winning drives in a row.
He's on fire.
Felix, who you got? Respect the game.
It was a couple big games this week.
Yep.
It was a couple big games that they showed out. But I'm gonna go with Ziggy, man. Ziggy missed last week. He came back this week. And he came and 15 tackles. My boy showed up, went out, showed out. We gave up 6 points.
12 solo, 15 total for Zaire Franklin. 22.
In 60-minute football game, 15 tackles.
Smith had 22 tackles.
Who?
Rayquan Smith from Baltimore.
What, Wu-Tang?
Yeah, he had 22.
Wu-Tang? Nah, Ziggy, man. Ziggy showed out. Our captain was back, and he put the team on. He put the defense on his shoulders. They went out there. They got a couple turnovers, and they the reason why we won the game. So, big Ziggy Franklin. Let's go. Prime time player of the week.
I was thinking my respect the game. I could jump with Dobbs again because he had a hell of a game, but I'm going to go to Detroit, and I'm going to go to, we talked about him a little bit ago, David Montgomery. 12 rushes, 116 yards, 75 long, 1 touchdown. In and out from injury this past week or so. Came in from, Chicago from a trade. Not do much in Chicago. Everybody who seems to know a little bit about football knows that Montgomery is a guy. He's a good running back. He's got to get him the ball. Side note, for Detroit, getting the ball to Gibbs now with 2 weeks in a row, multiple touchdowns.
2 weeks in a row.
Doing great. Coaching staff for Detroit, respect the game. They're getting it together, getting their running backs in play, taking some stress off of Goff towards the end of the season. You're going to get outside, getting some cold weather games against good teams. You got to be able to develop that run game. But this past weekend, David Montgomery, 116, 75 long, touchdown, 9.7 to carry. That's my respect the game. But you also got guys like honorable mention, Keenan Allen. Keenan
Allen went off.
He went off.
Oh,
he had what?
Hey, I got to give a shout out to my man, Jaden Daniels. That's probably the greatest performance I've ever seen on a football field.
And that guy is who?
Yeah, I thought you was talking about the Minnesota guard.
Quarterback for LSU.
Okay.
Oh.
Go look up his stats. That is the greatest game I've ever seen in a football game.
I heard this.
I've never seen nothing like that. That dude, I think he locked up the Heisman. I think it ain't nobody who should even be in the Heisman race with him right now.
Not your generational quarterback?
Who?
Where is LSU? Where are they?
Oh, Caleb.
Are they top 25 or no?
Nah, man. Caleb won it last year.
Yeah, but he's generational. You should have won it again.
LSU top 25?
I don't think so.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. There they are. 52.
They are?
52-35.
They might be 15. They might be in the top, I think. I don't know.
Who am I looking for?
Daniel, quarterback.
Sorry, you're clearly pointing to his rushing because his numbers are just as okay as the Florida Gators quarterback. So you're clearly talking about the quarterback's 234 rush yards is what you're talking about.
Look at the passing yards too.
372.
Yeah, yeah.
So 500 yards of offense by
more than 500 yards. That is. Hey, when he's getting the Heisman in December, it's gonna be a lot of highlights from that game.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine 500 plus total yards, and you got 2 receivers, 150 and 130. Not bad.
That dude, I tell you, I watched it from the beginning to the end, and I was in awe. Like this is a. But, I mean, he does it. He does it every week. Like that dude is amazing. I wish he was a little bigger.
Is he going pro?
Oh hell yeah, he's going pro. But I mean, I wish he was. If he was a little bigger, he'd go probably in the top 10.
How tall is he?
But he's a little slight. He's like Lamar. He's like Lamar size when Lamar first came in the league.
So he's about 6'2",
he ain't the Lamar now.
6'2", 215, 220.
Yeah, something like that. He a little slight. You need to put on some weight.
He's got 30 touchdowns passing wise. Yards per game, 316, 3164 total yards. And let me see here. Rush yards, 234, 163, 693, 130, 99, 36, 64. Doing over his legs, a lot of touchdowns.
He leads the country. He leads the country. He leads the country in QBR.
Respect his game.
Yeah,
man.
I didn't read that because it's 202.1. I don't know how far QBR. I thought QBR was like 100.
No, that's it. I think you're looking at the passer rating.
Yeah, QB rating, I guess it is. Yeah.
Yeah, the QBR is like, I think he's like a 91 QBR. He leads the country.
Nice. Yeah, man, those are Heisman stats right there. For sure.
Dude's amazing.
Yeah, and if he does win, he can say that game alone, over 500 yards of offense for himself. You can pretty much put together a whole season highlight reel from that game.
He need to put on some weight because he looked, he's 6'4", and he probably weighs about 200 pounds. Like he got to put on some weight. But I think I'll tell you what, I don't want to put him in the top 10, but I think when he get in the combine and he go out there and he run that 4.4, and you already know he could throw the ball.
How tall is he?
6'4".
He's not. I heard you mention him as he was Kyler Murray. You said like Kyler Murray is like 5.
No, I said Lamar.
He said Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I heard something else. Yeah, that's a decent size. Yeah, may put on weight. You're right.
That's a decent
Lamar
size.
came out. He was like this, dude. He was.
Yeah, but he's got to do like Lamar. Like Lamar's jacked now.
Yeah.
Well, Lamar lost some of the. He put on the weight, but he lost some of the get up and go.
The speed.
So I guess that's going to happen.
Did he have an injury last year? He was hurt last year, wasn't he?
Lamar?
Who?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
It was a year before.
He missed both.
No,
the last 2 years, he missed like the last 4 or 5 games of the season.
That's probably where that get up and go was going. It's probably get banged up a little bit.
Nah, he put on weight. He put on like 20 pounds this year.
He definitely put on. Yeah, from his rookie season, that was his year 6, 7.
Yeah, he put on some weight. That boy,
bro. Yeah, he was skinny as shit when he first came out. I remember watching him in Louisville. Like, yo, that guy's gonna get hit and broken in half when he gets the NFL. He definitely beefed up.
Yeah, Jaden and Daniels, I have to do that, but he's gonna be special, man.
All right.
But that game was amazing.
Well, we'll get to your Hurricanes on Respect the Game full podcast coming out Friday.
Did they play?
I was rooting for them. But this is it. Week 10.
Man.
You talking about the
It was close. It was close. It was close, man. We had a shot. We did have a shot.
You're talking about the U.S. basketball team.
We did have a shot.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. And again, the main podcast Wednesday, Respect the Game. I have never in my entire life seen a call so unbelievably bad than that safety. That ball was.
I mean, when you're a Hurricane fan, you've seen it all, man. They don't like us,
that.
man.
No matter which way you go, the ball was on the goal line. So whether he was out or in zone or field of play, the ball was on the goal line. There's no way you could call that not a safety. There's no possible way. That was the worst call I have ever seen,
did it,
bro.
Good,
they got like
they did it.
It didn't change the game.
We still trying to recover from the 0-1.
Nah, that was unbelievable, bro. Yeah. There's no way you can say that wasn't a safety. The ball was on the goal line in any direction. It wouldn't have won the game, but that's 2 points. That's a punt. That's easy field position. Possibly.
I'll tell you what.
Momentum swing. That was a huge call.
If that's the number 4 ranked team in the league,
yeah, I don't think
I like the way we played. And I'm encouraged. If that's the number 4 team in the league, I'm encouraged because we had a shot.
For sure.
So
what's his name? Emory Williams broke something, right? Compound fracture his arm or something.
Yeah, for the season.
Yeah, that boy. I mean, I knew it was broke when they put the air cast on it.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, you have a champ. He wasn't really passable anyway.
Now he gets an injury year, so
that was tough. All right,
respect. Yeah, but that was his shot because now we got a high recruit coming in this year. So that was Emory's shot. So what?
Eli episode
Eli man.
Recap.
Respect the recap. 10. You know what it is. Like, subscribe, share. Hit your boys up. Leave a comment. You know the drill. YouTube, MySpace, Black Planet, all that. Get at your boys.